Most men are ugly. Most men absolutely aren't ugly. Most men are average, and it's not fair that men are being told this. As a woman, I know what it's like to be constantly advertised to, told to change this and that, enhance this, minimize that, always wear makeup. But don't let anyone know you're wearing makeup. Lose weight, gain weight, wear that, don't wear this. It's a world of constantly shifting goalposts. It's draining, and it sucks that this messaging is being pushed to any gender. There are billion-dollar industries built around this. The reason men are being told they're all ugly is because it's profitable. Buy a gym membership. Buy surgery. Buy veneers. Buy expensive clothes. Take steroids. Pay for dating apps. You're never okay as you are. All women think you're hideous, depressing. Yet most women seemingly say this is normal. Why is this different attitude? Because, at least related to the apps which you seem to place as the context, they can. When there's 5 men to every woman on an app, you can afford to be exceedingly choosy. It's simply a matter of supply and demand. Are you conflating stuff people bullshit on the internet with the real world? I don't know what kind of people are around you, but I see all kinds of people getting into serious relationships with all kinds of people. Most of them are just normal people. It's not like you only have supermodels getting into relationships and all the normal ones just being single. That's ridiculous. If anything, the super hot people just have endless problems in their relationships. I know a lot of women who have dated and married men they probably wouldn't have swiped on if they met in an app. I know I have. And to be clear, finding a man physically attractive does not mean I am attracted to him. Some of the best looking men I know are truly repulsive to me because of the way they act. Most of the answer ITT are wrong. This is absolutely true. See the famous OkCupid study where women rated nobody in the 9 or 10 category. This is not a conscious decision on their part. On dating apps you really are ugly to them. Attraction in women is related to familiarity. Apps are literally the worst way to attract them, even if you are an attractive man. I think many guys have the experience when a woman is aware of your existence for a while and then all of a sudden she gets very into you. This is that principle at play IRL. Men rating women's photos is almost a perfect bell curve. Women rating men's photos is lopsided to the left with almost 0 on the far right curve. In real life I imagine they are closer, but from what I've read women rate guys they know significantly higher than otherwise. It has literally nothing to do with grooming or the other dumb shit that will get upvoted. I'm NGL. Most of the men I found ugly had bad personalities, were always pushy MFS, and the ones that preached they deserved a 1010, all the while being extremely judgmental towards women who didn't look like an underage e-girl or AI lol. Average guys are usually kind, pleasant to be around, contrary to what chronically online folks want you to believe. I think it's a combination of 2 factors. First, it is true that men are considered less attractive on average, with women rating guys lower on average than men rate women, but it is heavily magnified by the imbalance in dating. I find 34 of women attractive. But if I got 100 matches on dating apps in the first hour, you better believe I'd be much more selective with both appearance and personality. Yeah, a lot of us men don't necessarily look all too great. Women are just selective about who they match with, because who can keep convos going with 1,000 internet strangers? I do not think that women go after the top 1 hottest looking me. That is a male behavior. Most women are not going to go after the hottest looking men cause they don't want to date a man far better looking than herself. Instead, they are picking the one of men who seem like somebody they might have stuff in common with or is her type of man. For example, she grew up around men who hunt and fish, so that's the type of men she sees herself getting along best with. Or the guy likes to go to the same places as her. Or she really likes chubby guys with beards. I'm a woman. I frequently do not swipe men because they do not seem like someone I could get along with. Often they seem too good for me, not too ugly. I think a lot of men actually oversell themselves on dating app, which makes everyone think he is perfect and they couldn't live up to his expectations. Present yourself as the sloppy loser that you really are. A huge percentage of guys don't care about grooming. Most women care a lot about grooming. If you had their counterparts rate each other au naturel on makeup, surgery, the ratings would come out to be a lot closer. Also, just generally women are much pickier when it comes to choosing mates. On a less serious note, I think women are just prettier than men. But I'm also a straight guy, so I'm biased lol. While this might or might not be accurate, beauty is definitely not the most important thing that they are looking for in men. Of course sexual attraction is necessary, but looks aren't as important for women as they are for men when looking for a partner. What they are actually seem to be looking for is more like safety, stability, confidence. Dating apps just happen to be only about evaluating others based on their looks and a short introductory caption, so maybe also based on interests, but come on. And based on just that one dimension of beauty, It might actually be the case that women would reject the majority of men, but in reality if they actually met those men in person and learned more about them, that rejection rate would go way down, because looks aren't actually a deal breaker for them when they have more to go on about. Similarly, most guys won't reject a girl who maybe doesn't have reliable income or a great sense of humor or good cooking skills if she has perfect looks in their eyes. Most men I saw on dating apps unfortunately were quite unattractive. I think women are conditioned to know that their looks are currency, and women spend a lot more time trying to look good and have more tools at their disposal to enhance their looks. When a man is objectively attractive, he doesn't have to do much to look good, just roll out of bed, shower, and put on nice clothes and you're good to go. Men who are considered average could look above average if they put a modicum of effort into their appearance, building muscle, good hygiene, good haircut and skincare, nice clothes, smell nice. Honestly, I think it comes down to effort. If men were told by society that their value is measured by their looks, which is not healthy, to be clear, it might compel them to put in some effort. And it really would not take much. But a lot of men don't even put in that men bar level of effort, whereas a lot of women do. Why would I be concerned about it? If I find 99 out of 100 men to be ugly, and I swipe right on the one I find to be attractive, and we match, I have no concerns. If I want to be vain and selective, that's my prerogative. If you want to limit yourself to VS models, and that works for you, go ahead and do that. Yeah, most dudes don't look great with online dating profiles. Bad pictures, bad fashion sense, bad grooming, don't look well put together. This is true even in real life, at least in here in the US IMO. Average dude doesn't look in shape, has poorly fitted clothes, no fashion sense. Women get so much attention they perceive themselves more attractive than they really are. I'm ugly and I'm proud. Most guys are indeed ugly. They often have low standards for themselves and others, bad hygiene, terrible dress sense, and not being the smartest or seemingly bright, but immature at the same time. It's worst when they are horny. There are very few guys who are ideal. Not to mention most men go bald. So, most men are indeed ugly, and often women have to settle for less. In my experience, women value find attraction through personality, who you are as a person. I'd much rather be willing to fuck an average-looking guy who has a great personality than a good-looking guy with shit personality. I, a lady, personally, find most men average or less than, but that's because personality shines brighter than looks to me. I've dated for looks lust and it's always been a bust. Looks fade, personality, who you are is more long-term matters the most. Short answer, men are more visual creatures, women are more emotional creatures. We crave emotional connection, whereas men like what they see. And no, that's not to say they are either one or the other. We are all a mix of both, just have different levels of them, at different times in life too. Well, I also believe that women in general are more picky than men. For example, 2 of my study mates at university were only swiping the very fit model-looking guys right on Tinder, even though the 2 girls themselves were very average-looking and under these guys' league. I personally am less picky with looks also because I myself don't look like a model. But I still want to be physically attracted to a guy to some degree, but I don't care if he is a bit overweight or isn't 2 meters tall. However, I am very picky-paranoid when it comes to personality, because I know a lot of men don't want anything serious and are willing to use a girl for a long time to just get into her pants. I have experienced that multiple times, and no, it is not only model-looking men who acts like that, but all types of men.